I asked you to send me your dumbest redstone ideas. I've picked out my favorites, and now I'm going to build them. ATC Replay has asked for a 24-hour repeater clock that doesn't use 4, 3, or 2 tick delays, only 1 tick repeaters. Well, to do that, we gotta do a bit of maths. So 1 repeater is 0.1 seconds. So to get 1 second, we need 10 repeaters. To get a minute, we need 600. To get 1 hour, we need 36,000. So multiply that by 24 hours, and we get a grand total of 864,000 repeaters. This just looks wild. If I stand on the ground, well, it just looks like a super flat world filled with repeaters. It's pretty rare to see 864,000 of anything. I mean, I just hit 350,000 subscribers. It's hard for me to imagine all of you together just in a room, but to see 860,000 of something is just even crazier. So here's where we turn on the clock, and then it starts ticking. And it's gonna take an awfully long time for it to reach the end. My computer's actually struggling to keep up with how much terrain I have to render here, so that's why it's kind of skipping over occasionally. And 900 repeaters later, it finally reaches the end, and then goes back the other way. And it's gonna do that 959 more times. And 24 hours later, it's gonna trigger this instant wire here, go all the way back to the beginning, and it will start all over again. Now, obviously, I'm not going to show the whole thing running for 24 hours, because then we would literally be here all day, and we wouldn't have time to show off all the other silly ideas. BoomDragon478 has asked for a machine that calculates how compatible someone is with another person. I've basically made Tinder in Minecraft.
It's Hinge, it's Bumble.
Yeah, but there's no swiping. Okay, Crafty, you stand here, and then everyone else line up.
Where?
Just line up in front of him.
Oh, dude, is this like those Sidemen video?
This will be a banger YouTube short.
This is like 1 girl versus 20 guys.
Smash or pass in Minecraft. So, first one.
Oh,
50%.
Whoa!
So it's kind of up to you, Crafty, in that case.
So wait. Will this eventually be like a polyamorous relationship?
Yes.
You're 50% compatible, so it's kind of up to you because it's 50-50.
Ah, boring!
Oh, you want polyamory?
Yeah, making content!
Let's see. I'm gonna say Smash, only because Mogswell can draw things, and I can, like, instead of commissioning an artist, I can be like, yo, Mog, can you draw me this real quick?
I'll draw you like one of my French girls.
Mog, just saying, Crafty's like 4.
I'm 20!
You're right. I'll draw you fully clothed.
I'm of age!
Mog, you come over here then. Stand by the heart.
Okay, yay.
You've been smashed.
Okay, what about me with this fella?
Let's run the machine again. The Tinder machine.
The machine knows all.
It's the Tinder algorithm.
Oh, man.
Oh!
That's
I just got mogged on, dude.
You.
I just got mogged on for real.
But Purple, do I still get to decide? Like, I don't know, I'm not really into furries, so
It's true, it's bestiality.
Yeah, worst case scenario, you can just shave it up.
That's true. I'll be bald. That's
Oh,
fine.
God. Oh, Jesus.
I'll just be bald. It's okay.
The machine has spoken. You don't have a say in this.
You must take me.
You're
Like a medieval, this is like a medieval wedding. Like,
Mog and I are together now, too. This is how this works.
I mean, you wanted polyamory, so
Crafty.
you've got it. Crafty's getting all the
Incredible.
YouTubers today.
It's not bad. It's not bad. Right in the middle.
I mean, do you like being in the middle?
I don't mind anything when it's.
This feels like a sliding scale of furries.
Wait, bro. He's stripping.
Hold on, I can strip one further. Wait, I can do one further.
Yo, rotate for fame.
Hold on, press it again. Does it go up now?
Let's see.
yeah.
Let's see.
There's a big reveal.
Yeah! Oh, there is, man.
Hi, Matt. You know, I'm just gonna say this now. Out of all the people in this group, I have slept in a bed with you.
Yeah, and I think we have the most like tension if you think about it.
Listen, if this goes really high, it says a lot. But if it goes really low, it also says a lot.
A lot's riding on this then.
This one's got to be 100.
Okay, change your mind.
Yes, tell me. Oh. Okay.
Let's see how it affects the results.
He's trying to rig the results here.
This may change things.
I knew it would work.
Let's go.
Hey, so this recording went on for a lot longer than I expected, and while it was hilarious, I had to cut most of it out. There was simply too much footage for me to fit in this video, but I still want to release the rest of it. So if you want to see the full cut, then you can find it over at patreon.com/purplers, and there you'll also be able to find all of the world downloads from every video in this series. Anyway, back to the video. Now, last time I did one of these, you might remember this. Well, it's been 4 months since then, and now I do have 350,000 subscribers. Well, actually, now it's closer to 360,000. I know I'm late, so deal with it. So now that I've got enough subscribers, it's time to finally open this door. So if I put in my old clout of a measly 317,000 subscribers, and then wait a bit, it doesn't let me in. But I'm past that now. I've got 359,000 subscribers. So now if I put that in, the door opens. And, what is this? Please place any proof of your sub count inside the double chest, and the new and improved Cloutometer 69420 will determine whether or not you have enough clout to enter. So it's just another door. Okay, and I'm guessing it needs another sub goal to open it. Let's see what it says in here. Sunburnt says, a new door that opens when at 400k subscribers. And Cheesy Pizza says, a door that opens at 400k. And Duck Makuna Bakuna 123 says, a door that only opens when you reach 400k subscribers. 3 people commented the same thing. I guess the people have spoken. My current sub count just isn't enough. It's not gonna let me in. So I need your help to get to 400,000 subscribers. Tantalium1 has asked for a tree farm that uses Ravagers as leaf crushers. This is probably the dumbest and most overcomplicated thing I've ever made in this series. So when we want to use the tree farm, we need to climb inside here. We've got hoppers around here to pick up the saplings, and then a dropper to drop them at our feet. I'm just going to turn that off though, because it's annoying. And here's where we plant the trees. Now you might notice that there's no bone meal dispensers here. That's because there's no space for them. We just have to do it the old-fashioned way and bone meal it manually. So we plant a tree here, bone meal it with our hand, and eventually the tree will grow. And also you might notice it's not doing anything right now because there's no room for automatically detecting when the tree grows. So again, we just have to do it manually and press this button. And when we do that, it's going to push this tree up, and then it's going to retract this dirt block all the way down, push a villager up into the middle, and then it's going to attract these Ravagers towards the middle. And then they break all the leaves. Then it's going to pull the villager down again, back to safety. Then the Ravagers will run back to these villagers on the outside, and then this triple extender and this quintuple extender will pull the logs up, and they get stored into a giant cube over here. Yeah, very overcomplicated, but if there's any tree farm makers watching this, then I dare you to make your own version of this. Victor Creator simply says, catapult. Get it? Because it's like a catapult that launches cats. Why the hell are they lining up like that? Okay, that's kind of spooky. Shah Jelani 6713 has asked for a machine that yeets a goat off a cliff every time a goat slams its head into the wall. Well, here is that machine. So I've got 3 goats here, and next to them are some chickens in boats. So every now and then, they're gonna get angry at the chickens and charge at them. Any second now.
Any second now.
Oh, there we go. One of them finally charged, and it yeets a goat off the cliff. So it yeets the goats with this kind of Pez dispenser type thing, and it has 2 pressure plates here to basically measure the goat's speed. We don't want this thing to trigger when the goats are just wandering around aimlessly. We only want it to trigger when the goat is charging at them, and they move fastest when they're charging. So we just have a redstone circuit here that kind of measures that. If they're moving too slowly, then it won't trigger. Rego Psych has asked for a 4x4 door where all 16 blocks are sticky pistons. I mean, can't I just take a 4x4 door that already exists and then just change the door blocks to sticky pistons? Like, wouldn't that work? Okay, these corner pistons stick out a bit, but I can fix that just by doing this. Now it's fixed. Mateo Bereda says, turn off a redstone block. Okay, no. I can't really do that. No matter what I do, this torch will always be off as long as it's placed on the redstone block. and this redstone dust will always be powered on. I can't turn it off. There's no way. Wait, hold on a second. I've got an idea. There we go. I did it. I turned off a redstone block. I definitely didn't do any kind of underhanded tactics whatsoever. Nope, you saw nothing. Chumbucket Patty has asked for a logic gate that also acts like an actual gate. So a logic gate is just something that takes a bunch of inputs and does something with them. So this is one of the simplest logic gates you can make. It's called an AND gate. This lamp will only turn on if all of the inputs are on. So if only one of them is on, well, it doesn't turn on because this torch is still being turned off by the other torch. But as it is now, there aren't really any ways it can stop me from walking through, you know, like a gate would do. And there's definitely no way that this thing can open up like a gate. So I need to change up the redstone a bit. It still needs to do this function, but the redstone itself needs to stop us from walking through and also be able to open up. And here it is. So if I flip this lever, then one of the blocks opens up, but I still can't get through because I'm too big. But if I flip the other lever, then this lamp will turn on and the rest of the gate will open, so I can get through. And if either of the levers turns off, then the gate closes again and the lamp turns off, so we can't get through anymore. And this is the redstone. So you can see here that the pistons that make up the door itself are also part of the wiring. This redstone block piston powers this one, where the composter powers a comparator, and then goes up here to the AND gate. And this piston also pushes a composter, which gets picked up by this comparator, and also goes up to the AND gate. Maybe this could be useful if your redstone wiring is really compact and you're finding it hard to get through, but I kind of doubt it. Right Soon says a door that has the same number of blocks as the number of replies to this comment. Why does that name sound familiar?
Right Soon says make a piston door that is as big as the number of replies to this comment. So the door would have 27 blocks if there were 27 replies. And then underneath he says, I'm just replying so that the door is at least 1 block.
Oh, it's this guy again. And again, the only reply he got was himself. Here's another consolation 1x1 piston door for you. Jump's Presence has asked for 2 TNT cannons playing volleyball. This is actually pretty satisfying. I could watch this all day. I feel like the audience of a tennis match right now. Leaf Fei has asked for a calculator that only tells you if the answer is 3, more than 3, or less than 3. And it should be called the TI3. At the moment, I haven't put in any numbers, so it's just doing 0 plus 0, which is, of course, less than 3, which is marked by a heart emoji. And then if I do 1 plus 2, well, now that equals 3, which this time is marked out by a cat face emoji. And then if I do 2 plus 2, well, that's more than 3, which is marked out by an evil cat face emoji. And that's basically it. If I try doing any calculation bigger than 2 plus 2, like 4 plus 4, or I don't know, 14 plus 10, well, it's always going to say it's bigger than 3, because it is. It's not wrong, it's just not very useful. And this is the redstone. So here we have the 2 input lines. And if I flip a random lever, let's say 4, well, that's going to travel down the line and reach this comparator with 4 signal strength. And if I put in 7 on the bottom row, well, that's going to reach this comparator with 7 signal strength. And these 2 comparator lines go into this circuit here. This is what adds the 2 numbers together. 4 plus 7 equals 11, which is what we get here. First, it goes down this redstone line, which tests if it's greater than 3. And if it is, then this lamp turns on. It also goes down this orange line, which tests if it's exactly equal to 3. And if it is, then this middle light turns on. But if I do 1 plus 1 instead, then neither of these lamps turn on because it's not equal to 3 and it's also less than 3. So if it's not going to light up these 2 lamps, well, by process of elimination, it should light up this lamp. So I just ran these 2 circuits into an AND gate. So when neither of these lamps are turned on, this one turns on. Maybe I should have just used the one that I made earlier. Captain Guinea Pig 781 says, I want a dryer. By dryer, I mean it will take your items and dry them out. For example, a water bottle will turn into a bottle and a wet sponge will become a dry sponge. I mean, one of those already exists without redstone. It's called the Nether. Shadow is Real R5K has asked for a machine that summons a wither every time you use a bed in the dragon fight. So here I've got a wither spawning machine, and over here is a sculk center that detects explosions. And over here I've got a command block to place the soul sand for me, because I can't really be placing beds and soul sand at the same time in 2 places at once. I also had to turn off mob griefing, otherwise this thing is just gonna blow itself up. Now, I'm not a speedrunner. I've never practiced doing the 1 cycle bed strat on the Ender Dragon. I'm definitely gonna get the timing wrong, so feel free to roast me in the comments for that. So here comes the dragon, and I'm completely messing up the timing of the beds, but it doesn't matter. We're getting withers anyway. And now they're starting to spawn in. Oh, the dragon's almost dead. I'm just gonna let the withers finish it off. Really? They didn't manage to kill it? What's the point of all these withers if they can't kill 1 dragon? Oh my god. My ears. You probably won't hear this in the video because I would have turned it down, but this is so loud. Wait a minute. The machine's spawning stuff by itself now. I'm not placing any beds and it's still running. It's got a mind of its own. Okay, it's actually just because the wither explosions are triggering the sculk sensor, not just the bed explosions. Oh my god, my game is lagging. Holy. Okay, I'm gonna shut this thing off. Yeah, I'm running at 10 TPS. I'm just gonna go ahead and do this. Status 0 has asked for a door that only opens when a cat is nearby. So here's a door, and the very astute among you will notice that it's not opening, and nothing I say or do will open it. It's just stuck. But over here is a cat. So if I take the cat off the leash and bring it over here, then wait a second. Well, the door's finally open, and I can get out. But the cat can't. He's doomed to stay in there forever. My cat's a bit stuck. Oh, no, he escaped. You know, this just reinforces the fact that cats are liquid. So the way this works is very simple. We just have a creeper looking into this room through a painting. When we just stand next to the door like this, the creeper's going to try walking towards us and get stopped by these fences. But when we bring the cat over, the creeper's going to get... Oh. But when we bring the cat over, the creeper gets scared by the cat and runs towards these pressure plates, and that opens the door. Lantian7563 has asked for a machine that creates improvised music and is hopefully okay at it. Okay, so here's a machine that has 25 note blocks in it, 1 for every note that's available in the game. And if I turn on this redstone clock, then it's going to start playing us some improvised music. Okay, let's just switch that off real quick. Okay, maybe randomly generating music with the chromatic scale isn't the best idea, but I know a little cheat we can use to make it sound better. You know those black keys on the piano? Well, if you just stick to those notes, then what you play won't sound amazing, but none of the notes will sound completely wrong together. It doesn't really matter what you play, as long as you just stick to the black keys, it will sound somewhat okay. And that's because this is what's called the pentatonic scale. You might remember that from basic music class. These 5 notes will always sound somewhat decent together. So I just need to remove most of the notes from here, so it's only playing the pentatonic scale. Okay, all the bad notes have been removed, so let's try it again. Okay, yeah, so it doesn't sound amazing. It's not outright bad, it's just very random. Jangcrax GG3DM has asked for an anvil replacer that replaces the anvil with any gravity block. So here's my anvil station, and I've got a bunch of stuff I want to enchant. So, let's just, start doing that. Wait. That's not an anvil. That's sand. Can I get an anvil, please? No, that's just a different color sand. And that's just brown. Like, come on. Why are you just changing the color now? Changing the color doesn't make it better. It might be a similar color to an anvil, but it's not an anvil. No. I give up. So this is the redstone. When something gets broken, the observer picks that up, and then it pushes this piston out, which then triggers this mechanism, pulls this block back, and lets the sand fall down a block, and then it just pushes it out in front of the observer. Nothing too complicated, it's just a slightly modified Anvil replacer that does it wrong. PB and Jellyfish 126 says, a door that opens you instead. Well, here I am. This statue is me. You see, it's even got the cape. Which one is the real one? And on the side of my head is a lever. So if I flip it, then it opens up me. So we can get a glimpse of what goes on inside my head. Huh. There's nothing there. That's weird. Inventor75 has asked for a 2x2 door with the footprint of a 10x10 door. So here's a massive 10x10 door, and here's the lever for it. It will take a while to start opening, and... oh. Why is the rest not opening? I've been scammed. Well, that's pretty disappointing. And just to add to the disappointment, there's nothing even in here.